Hi, I'm Justine and this is Just in the Kitchen. Today we are going to be making tomato basil bruschetta. This is one of the easiest, most requested recipes I get. So I cook for dead people. Actually, I cook a lot for funerals and sick people. The dead don't eat, but the grieving do. I end up cooking a lot for them, and when I ask what they want, they're like, that tomato stuff you make. So I even made this for my sister's wedding. She had a caterer and everything, but his bruschetta was not as good as mine, so nah. Anyway, we are going to the Liberty Fest tonight, which is fireworks. They're having fireworks tonight. It's the Canton Festival. And we have a little picnic. We go to this little school where I'm not telling anybody we go, because then everybody's going to go there and I won't be able to get there. We're going there tonight, and I am going to be taking the bruschetta with me along with some other things. And I am going to start making this right now. First, the chop wizard. I love it. You saw a little tomato. I've already cut some. It takes 3 tomatoes. And you can see I quartered them, and all I do is just smush it there. It doesn't really smush them. You can still see that they have little squares. They're nice squares. But if you try and do half the tomato, I learned, first of all, you're going to be in tomato juice. Second of all, you are going to smush your tomatoes so it'll be kind of mushy. This cuts them really nicely. And there, look, do you know how long that would take me to get the rest of the tomatoes done? So I just take it out, put it in there, look at the juice, and I will set that down in the sink. Now let's get to the other ingredients. You have Parmigiano-Reggiano. Get the good stuff. There are so few ingredients in this. You want to make sure you get the really good stuff. So get the Parmigiano-Reggiano, and you can see it has the rind on it. You don't want to eat the rind. You can freeze it and then add it to soups, and it makes it really good. Basil, balsamic vinegar, very, very, very good. I could drink this all by itself. If it had an alcohol content, then I would know it was from heaven. There is kosher salt, olive oil, 2 garlic cloves, and some pepper for tasting. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put salt in here, and while I make if you want to let it set, so it'll bring out the juices. The longer it sets, the more it'll bring out the juices of the tomato. Then I'm going to add the balsamic. And you don't want to get too much. You want to get just enough to make your tomatoes a little bit darker. That was about 3 tablespoons of balsamic. And then you're going to add about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. You're going to take your garlic. I am the messiest cook in America. You take it, you grate it. If you do not like strong garlic flavor, chop it up, because this makes it a little on the strong side. I like it a little on the stronger side. And I'm only using 1 garlic clove because I'm going to show you how to make, I'm going to show you how to make the bread. You don't want to get your fingers all chopped in there either. Just scrape it off. You're not going to get any big chunks. If you want to cut it, it's easier. If you want to dice, the dicing, that's much easier for you. Go ahead and do that, but I like it finer. Then you take your basil, and you can chiffonade it, but I kind of like a dice in it. So I chiffonade and then I chop. And chiffonade is a fancy word for doing this. You put all the leaves together, and then you roll them. And I don't know why, but my grandfather in Florida, he had a cigar factory. And for some reason, whenever I do this, it reminds me of the cigar factory. I have no idea why it does, but it does. So I chiffonade, and I'll put a little in there of the chiffonade, and then I'll put a little in of the chop, so I can have both. There we go. I don't want those three little stemmies. Get them out of there. Then I'll put some, see the ribbons? Oh, pretty ribbons of basil. Then you just take this, because I want both. I don't want to always bite into it and get these long strands of basil in my mouth. All right, there you go. And you just get it up. I don't like wasting anything. And then you add a little pepper, fresh crushed pepper. And you're probably thinking, when's she gonna add the Parmigiano-Reggiano? Well, I add it on the top after I put it on the bread. See those long little strands? I might just tear them up. All right, there we go. I'm going to set this to the side. Your bruschetta is done. How long did that take? You saw it beginning to end. It took no time at all. What I'm going to do next, I'm going to show you how I do the bread. So this is a French baguette. And they're very small, but if you cut them on an angle, if you cut it, so when you cut it, instead of cutting it like this, you want to cut it on an angle, and you get the long pieces, which means more bread, more coverage, more area to cover with tomato basil bruschetta. Then I just take my olive oil and over it real quick. I used to brush it, but it took too long. And as you watch more of my videos, you will know I am not patient. I have a friend, she sends me these long emails, and she takes so much time doing it, but unfortunately, I read the top part and I never go down to the rest to see what it says. I don't know that there is rest. Oh, okay, I'm done. And so she calls me her ADD friend, which maybe I am. You put the olive oil on it, you take salt, and you just do like that. You want to do it from high up, and then it won't be in a concentrated area, but you want to make sure you salt the bread. And then I'm going to put it in the oven. Now, I do broil, but I burn. And so at my sister's wedding, Mark had to keep an eye on the bread because I just burn bread. I don't have the patience. I'm like, okay, I'm waiting. What? Something shiny, and there I go. I'm going to put this in the oven on broil. Then in about 4 minutes, I'm going to flip it over so the other side can get a little toasty. If it doesn't have olive oil on it, I'll add a little olive oil, but what tends to happen is the olive oil will soak through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in the oven, and we will have that all done. Here are the bread toasts, crostini, that we have. So if you see both sides are done, what I do is I take garlic, because I like everything flavored. There's no sense in doing it if not every layer of what's going in your mouth is flavored. So I take a little garlic and I just grate it over this. And they are hot, so it's not like I do a lot of grating on this. And you want to do it on the side that's not salted, because this will rub the salt off. So don't do it on the side that's salted. See, it didn't even take that much. Just a little bit. I'm going to take this, put my tomato and basil. Couple hints. If you're going to put it out for a party that you're having at your house and people are going to feed on it for a while, put it in a separate bowl. Grate some fresh Parmigiano-Reggiano, put that in a bowl, and then put your toast out and let them fix their own. If you're bringing it out and they're going to be eating it very quickly, then go ahead and do what I'm doing right here. And doesn't that look lovely? It's like snow. Get a close up. Why not, right? See if you can zoom on it too. There it is, all done. Perfect loveliness, crunch, salty. I can taste the Parmesan and the basil and the olive oil, and the crunch of the bread is so nice. So this, remember, very, very easy. Didn't take me long. On the bread, you want to make sure you watch your bread. Very careful. That second side will be done in like a minute or two. Because it's already heated, it will be done in a matter of a minute, minute and a half. Remember, go to www.justinthekitchen.com. Remember to like, subscribe, and share to all your friends. There is going to be a button down in the bottom that you can click on to subscribe when you're watching this video. Go to my webpage, make comments, let me know what you like, also, or what you want up next. Also, put in the comments pictures. If you make this, put pictures. I want to see it. All right, thank you very much. God bless. Have a great day. Bye-bye. See you at the Liberty Fest.